Hello everyone and welcome back to Generation Red, a channel solely dedicated to highlighting the impressive stupidity of the media, celebrities, politicians, and etc. For our inaugural video, I thought to myself, I need to go big. I need to go bigger than a foot-long sandwich in my asshole. So I sat back and put on my thinking cap. I really wanted to have my first video cover a news article, so I tried with the powers of mathematical deduction to see which news site was the craziest, and I realized that journalism has become so bent out of shape that I could literally pick any news outlet and find a completely bogus and hilarious article to cover. So, for this episode, I chose Vox. In case any of you don't know what Vox is, it's pretty much the opposite of Fox. It's Fox with a V instead of an F. And instead of being overwhelmingly conservative to the point where it feels required to load your trusty AR-15 while jacking off to the sound of Tucker Carlson's voice, Vox is so extremely liberal that you might come out of whatever article you've read or video you've watched with a new gender and a positive outlook on veganism. So, anyways, on to the article. This particular story is titled, and I kid you not, Why We Can't Stop Fighting About Cancel Culture. Now, in case you're unfamiliar with what cancel culture is, it's pretty much this thing where untalented and unsuccessful annoying social justice warriors take it upon themselves to ruin the careers of people who have worked their entire lives to get where they are today. In other words, it's undeniably a terrible thing. Now, it did have noble beginnings in the hashtag #MeToo movement that went after the likes of Harvey Weinstein and Joe Biden. Sorry, I didn't say anything. Anyways, Harvey Weinstein was obviously a rapist and deserved everything he got. But then, as all of the bad guys in the Hollywood industry and political spheres and whatnot were exposed for who they were and subsequently arrested, instead of stepping back and being like, hey guys, we did a really good thing here. Good job, everyone. The movement was taken over by androgynous purple-haired landfills who just randomly started calling everything rape and or sexual assault. You looked in her general direction? How dare you? You held the door open? Why did you do that? Because you wanted to have sex with her? You smiled at her? You dirty sex offender. Yeah, some pretty crazy shit. But then, eventually they ran out of straight white men to accuse of sexual assault, so they created this new trend called cancel culture, where you can destroy someone's whole career because they simply disagree with leftist dogmatism. So yeah, cancel culture is extremely messed up. However, and this really shows just how stupid Vox is, they insisted on making an article that justifies these cancel culture idiots. They start off the article like this. Within the turbulent past several years, the idea that a person can be canceled, in other words culturally blocked from having a prominent public platform or career, has become a polarizing topic of debate. Newsflash, Vox. This is the United States of America. We have something called the First Amendment. Look it up. And then, right after you're finished checking that out, take a glance at the Second Amendment too. I think you'll like it. Entertaining the idea that someone could be blocked from expressing themselves is absolutely terrifying, not a polarizing topic of debate. Moving back to the article. The rise of cancel culture and the idea of canceling someone coincides with a familiar pattern. A celebrity or other public figure does or says something offensive, a public backlash, often fueled by politically progressive social media, ensues. Okay, shit like this really gets on my nerves. How can you call a group of people trying to destroy someone's career progressive? If anything, that's regressive. Moving on. Then come the calls to cancel the person. That is, to effectively end their career or revoke their cultural cachet, whether through boycotts of their work or disciplinary action from an employer. The argument that this phenomenon has spun out of control loomed over the RNC during its first few days of programming. Yeah, of course it loomed over the RNC. You know, not too long ago, being a liberal meant that you protected speech, hence the word liberal being synonymous with the word free. It is so honestly entertaining to me that people truly support this crap. And the reason they support it is because apparently anything offensive can emotionally traumatize someone. You know, when I was growing up, my parents taught me the saying, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." Whatever happened to that? Just grow a pair. or a vagina, or whatever, I don't know. But like, as I said, some people do deserve to be canceled, like criminals. However, the problem, as I've said, with cancel culture is the fact that people think you can cancel someone just because they have a different opinion than yours. Later on in the article, Vox covered some celebrities who have been canceled, and I kid you not, in the same paragraph that mentions Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey, they also mention J.K. Rowling, or Roly-Poly, or however you pronounce her name, I don't know, I'm too lazy to search it up, the author of the Harry Potter series, who, by the way, last I heard is pro-LGBTQ ABCDEFG, considering the fact that she just randomly threw out there that Dumbledore was gay. But the Vox article stated, and I quote, "And though it's still early for author J.K. Rowling, we're going to go with that, her very recent transphobic tweet was so upsetting to Harry Potter fans that large segments of the fandom started openly claiming that Rowling wasn't the author of their beloved series at all. She was no longer part of the equation." First of all, you're an idiot if your version of canceling the author of the Harry Potter books is to say that she didn't write them. Like, dude, that literally makes no sense at all. It just doesn't. Is that the best you could come up with your brain-dead amoeba of a life? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is. However, with that being said, I was interested to see just how transphobic and evil this tweet was, so I managed to find it on another Vox article. Alright, are you ready? Because this is some heavy, steaming, controversial shit right here. To quote J.K. Roly-Poly, "Dress however you please, call yourself whatever you like, sleep with any consenting adult who will have you, live your best life in peace and security, but force women out of their jobs for stating that sex is real?" Yeah. I don't know about you, but that doesn't really seem super offensive to me. She was pretty much like, hey, you do you and I'll do me. But apparently that was just too much for this new wave of woke internet clout-driven dum-dums. And guess what? She wasn't even wrong either. Even to the most extreme liberals, sex is different from gender. And she said sex, not gender. According to liberals, which by the way, according to science, this is verifiably false, sex is what you're born with and gender is what you identify as. So there's literally nothing wrong with her tweet. But then again, that's the thing about cancel culture. You don't even need to say anything offensive. If someone doesn't like you, they can just be like, he's racist, and supply no evidence whatsoever, and next thing you know, your entire life is ruined. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please let me know of any topics you would like me to cover in the next one. Alright, see you later.